Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 33 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are machining it up. Centrifuge, pyrolyzer, fractionating still, all the good stuff. Let's get started. Welcome back, everyone, to another wonderful, glorious, beautiful day in the land of TheAndrata, where today we are going to continue with our tar producing setup. But I want to point out maybe somewhere in here he's not here. Maybe it's here. Nope, gotta be in the other apiary over here. Check this guy out. Gassed bee. So apparently we mutated our beeper, which is the creeper bee, which is a mutation of, I believe it's the blaze bee over the beeper turns into a gassed bee. So we have gassed honeycombs being produced. Well, we were going to. I just now realized it, so I went over to the nether and grabbed a crimson mycelium because we have our exchanging gadget and a fungus, so that we have that going. So we're gonna get a blaze or a gas bee, and we're gonna be producing gas tiers, which is cool. I got our arboreal extractor set up, and I realize now that I never set up the this thing. So extract. So that way we can get all our latex going in. So we got those going. We have latex being produced, and we're good to go. Problem that we have right now is that we're going to run out of sulfur very soon. I've got 4 more in here. I went ahead and made our fractionating still, and then I realized, yeah, sulfur is going to be an issue. So what are we going to do about it? Well, if we take a look, the bitumen chunks and the coal chunks all came from when I manually centrifuged the sooty honeycombs. And I set up a macro to be able to do that on my keyboard, on my mouse, so that I can just hold shift and then it will do the whole right clicky thingy for me. But if we take a look inside of here and we say, okay, I need sulfur dust. Well, where are we going to get sulfur dust? We can get these sulfur chunks. No idea where these come from, other than the blaze bee can produce them, or a laser drill or dimensional mine shaft from occultism. Or there are these sulfur crystals, which comes from blocks of sulfur, but that also comes from the sulfur chunks. So that's not helpful. Yeah, sulfur chunks can turn into those sulfur. So that's kind of nice that we could have this recipe to turn them into 6. And then each one of those can be broke down into a sulfur dust. Okay, that's pretty good. But how else can we get them? Well, if we go over here to our crushing wheel, we can see that we have a couple options for crushing. And one of those options here is coal ore can crush into coal, but also a 50% chance to get 2 sulfur dust. So I think that's going to be our best option, is to go straight from the coal ore or the coal chunks that we have here into sulfur dust. And we have a bunch of those because we get a lot of that from the sooty bees. So we can go ahead and throw this in here. So now you may be saying, okay, but what about the bitumen? Well, if we take a look at our bitumen, we have options with this too. We can combine it into clusters if we need so desired. We can smelt one bitumen into a bitumen chunk into a bitumen. Same thing here, stone cutter, whatever. Energized smelter turns it into 1. Enrichment chamber turns it into 4, but we're not even close to having an enrichment chamber anytime soon. So that's not happening. Pedestals are kind of out of the way, which is kind of surprising. Centrifugal separator, we could maybe, yeah, that's just a bunch of aluminum, Constantin, a turntable. We could make one of these if we wanted to. But again, that's only going to get us one. We're going to guarantee to get a tar, but we're only going to get a 50% chance to get bitumen out of it. And we want the actual bitumen, not necessarily the tar out of these chunks, because we have options. A pulverizer is guaranteed to get us 2, and then it can be boosted with some flint to get us 2 more. However, if we look at our crushing wheel, it's literally the exact same thing, 2, with a 50% chance of 2, and no catalyst is required for this. So that's where we're going to end up throwing this, is in our crushing wheel here, and let this process the bitumen, and hopefully we will get some extra bitumen out of it. And so then you may be saying, okay, well, what's next then? Once we get the sulfur dust, we can actually take, look at all this sulfur dust that we already got. This is actually working pretty well for the sulfur dust from those coal chunks. Like, that's pretty good amount of sulfur so far. So we can just let that run. What's next then? So we got our sulfur dust. My next goal is to get ourselves a pyrolyzer, okay? Because our goal here, right, is to get this heavy oil. In order to get the heavy oil that we need so we can start working down our quest line and getting our tar, which is made in a fractionating still, processing the heavy oil. So we have the fractionating still, but we kind of can't do much with it yet. It's kind of just going to be sitting here all lonely with no power even, because we can't do much with the fractionating still just yet, because we need the pyrolyzer. The pyrolyzer is going to allow us to take that bitumen that we're producing, and it's going to produce coal coke and tar. So each one of those bitumen chunks is going to turn into coal coke and tar. So that means that we've essentially doubled the tar that we'd be able to get out of this, because remember, we can produce tar in the centrifugal separator, I believe it was, but it was one bitumen chunk to one tar. So now it is one bitumen piece to a tar and a coal coke out of it as well. So that's going to help us produce steel. So we need to get a pyrolyzer going and get heavy oil. So how do we do a pyrolyzer? Well, pyrolyzer is going to require all this stuff, which is fairly simple. We can make this, and blast bricks is going to be our bottleneck here. How do we make blast bricks? Well, it is a sequenced assembly of nether brick, coke brick, blast bricks, and construction paste. And then, similar to how we had it before, we run that through 4 times with a piece of paper, and we're going to get 3 blast bricks out of it. So we need to get this going. I already taught our crafting calculator how to make all these things, so it's going to tell us exactly what we need for this recipe. But we need to get this going, right? So yeah, basically this is where we're at. So let's grab all of these things out of our inventory. So what are we going to need? We're going to need 9 pieces of paper. Let's go. And I'm going to grab all this stuff because I just realized making you guys watch me, click back and forth 1,000 times is going to be boring. So we'll be right back. Okay, so here is everything that we are going to need for this process, except we only need 27 of the coal coke. So we'll throw the rest of this in our system and then process it later. Just want to point out, clay bees are kind of OP. I ran out of clay, had no clay period. Each one of these honeycombs can get you a piece of clay out of it. 50% chance to get 2 blocks of clay from it. So yeah, we got a bunch of clay blocks just from running through 1 stack, and yeah, that's where we're at with the clay. Anyway, so what do we need to do now for our blast bricks? Well, we need to get prepped to make all the stuff that we're going to need for this. So we're going to need red nether bricks, right? If we look at our calculator, we're going to need 36 of these red nether bricks. And how do we make red nether bricks? It's actually fairly simple. We could go this route, 2 nether bricks and a nether wart, or we can just polish with sandpaper nether brick into a red nether brick. So we're going to go ahead and run these through this nether rack through our furnace here, let it smelt up into bricks, and then we're going to go ahead and polish it. And to polish it, we just need to make sandpaper, which was paper and sand of any sort. I don't know which one it's calling for. Something, probably the 6 strange sand, to be honest with you. And then 3 paper. Let's see. It wanted me to need 6 more sand. Okay, well. Total of 9 paper is what we need. We'll figure it out. So basically what we have to do now is just take this nether brick. We're going to hold our sandpaper in our offhand and our bricks here, and we're just going to polish them up. Excuse me? I just threw nether bricks onto the ground, apparently. That's a thing. Did you know you could do that? Also, I didn't know I had nether bricks available to me. Did you know you could throw nether bricks onto the ground? Oh, okay, again, I just did it again. Be careful with your nether bricks, apparently. Don't throw them at people. Sandpaper. Okay, so let me polish these up, and then we'll be back and continue on. Okay, I don't know whose idea was to make it so you could throw nether bricks, but if you look, for every one that I'm actually producing, I'm throwing one at the wall, and I'm losing a nether brick. So this is actually costing me 2 nether bricks per craft here. So, yeah, this is kind of sort of not cool. There is other ways to do this. At this point, I've already committed myself to doing it this way, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish it off. But my recommendation would be to do the deployer. and just have a deployer with sandpaper in its hand and then polish it off like that, because I just went through basically double the amount of nether bricks, because it's using one per, or throwing a brick every time we use the sandpaper, which is kind of sort of annoying. But yeah, there we go. We got the 36 done. Continuing on with our throwing of bricks apparently at people. I actually did that when I was a kid, very, very young, in school. It was not a good idea to have done. Got in trouble, of course. Anyway, continuing. Okay, so that's the coal coke. We're going to process that. We need to get our construction block powder, which means we need to make construction block powder. Construction block powder. And get 12 of those. So we're going to go convert this stuff over. We just need to get to our water over here. And then just place this down. And remember, it just needs to be placed next to water. Just be careful when you place this that you don't block one of them off. Like if I were to put one here, it would block that one off. So you want to, you know, place it such that the water is accessible. Then we can just vein line and do it again. Okay, so that gets us our construction paste. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make all this other stuff. You guys don't need to see me make all of these different things over and over and over again. And then we'll come back when we can automate the assembly. Okay, so we got all of our things taken care of. So our nether bricks, coke bricks, blast bricks. So this is the order I believe that we're gonna need for these blast bricks, right? Nether brick, coke brick, blast brick, done. And I honestly should have made one more set of all of these, because we're going to be using 2 of these for the thing, but we're not going to be setting up the blast furnace just yet, so it's okay. Let's go ahead and get these, and these. And that was the order, right? Red, coke, blast, construction paste. Yes. Okay, so then we just got to get our paper, throw it into here, and then it'll start doing the thing. And then we're going to need to get our filter. Nope. Not intended. Can you? Great. Well, they're gonna go to Yeety McYeater here, and then end up getting all messed up. Do I have that filter? I do. All right. What I want on here is blast bricks, and then put that there instead. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got it. So we can go ahead and do the whole tick accelerating thing here of Yeety McYeety face. We can even go faster. You doing it? Can't tell if it's doing anything. Or was tick accelerating those a bad idea? It seems like they're stuck. Well, maybe it was a bad idea. Tick accelerating this is fine. The rest of it was not. Because now these guys are stuck on the line. Okay, so don't tick accelerate your deployers. Time waste. There we go. Okay, cool. Everything else can be tick accelerated. Don't tick accelerate your deployers. Good to know for the future. Bam. They're going to get yeeted and they're going to do the thing. And then we'll come back with blast bricks. Okay, and there we go. 26 blast bricks. And you may be wondering, TheAndrata, you were supposed to make 27 blast bricks, not 26. I accidentally broke one because I placed it down. Give me what's in your hand. There we go. I placed one of them down, and I accidentally broke it with my engineer's hammer, which is not the proper tool to use, and it ended up getting destroyed. So good thing I had to make more anyway in order to do this, but we have our this guy set up there so we could turn this on and off after I added all the things into it. But yeah, basically that's where we're at. So I'm going to set... what is it? These aside, we're going to make 3 more, 2, which works out actually because it's 3 per craft. So we'll end up with no extra, but yeah, that's where we're at. So let's get our pyrolyzer going. I just need 2 Constantin gears. And apparently I don't have any extra Constantin. I thought I did, but I don't. You are going to be an induction smelter. Remember, nickel and copper makes 2 of these. So we're going to need nickel. And let's just do 8 and copper. That way we can have extra. And luckily, again, we got that gear mold, so that makes things a lot easier overall. And faster. That goes there. That goes there. And then 2 Constantin gears go there. We need another fluid cell frame, but we have the dry rubber, so I just need to get the dry rubber and a little bit of the sulfur. And throw that into here as well. Bam. And then bam, bam. Did I? Oh, yeah, I should have enough cured rubber. I think I had extra. No, okay, I lied. I need 2 more cured rubbers. We should have some dry rubber here. Yeah. Not the right machine. Bam. Rest of this can go in there. These coke bricks I'm going to keep out because we're going to need them. But then we need to make ourselves a fluid cell frame, which is a fluid cell frame. And a bronze gear. Goodness gracious, I need all the gears. And I hate that I can't click over here and hit R to see what the recipe is. I have to actually go over here to do it. It is a tin to a copper. And by tin to copper, I mean 10 to 3 copper. Induction smelt that. We're getting it going. We'll get there eventually. One of these days, we will have everything we need to produce tar and then get that going for us. What am I doing? Is this what I need as a gear before I actually make this? Yes. Okay. Let's put our water away. I should tell it to output to that top because I keep doing that. Okay, there's the fluid cell frame, and then we should be able to get the fluid cell other than the redstone servo, but that should be pretty easy to serve up. Get it? Get it? And we'll do this recipe that makes 2 of them, more efficient that way. And then theoretically, just the flux coil. Okay. And there we go. We got a pyrolyzer. Good. Okay, so then we just need to get our cables run. So we can set the pyrolyzer up somewhere here. This is just processing the rubber, and we don't need it for anything else. So we're going to set the pyrolyzer up here and probably the fractionating still here. Let's go ahead and get power to both of these. Bam and bam. And there we go. So these 2 are going to get their power, pyrolyzer and fractionating still. And then we need to go out and go get our bitumen out of our crusher over here. And remember, I can't use my shadows intangible temporary wall or whatever because it keeps breaking our... it breaks our trees for whatever reason. How you doing with the spit? Yeah, you've been spitting. We got 4 now, so we're doing pretty good there. Maybe I can add another one to it. Who knows? Okay, so our pyrolyzer is going to be used to convert our bitumen over into the oil that we're going to need for the fractionating still. It's not going to be the fastest in the world. We could probably steal an augment from something if we wanted to make this process go a little faster. Maybe. So it's going to be converting this over into tar. 3 items: coal coke, tar, and heavy oil. So what we want is to go ahead and push the output to the right, which means the heavy oil will come into the fractionating still. We can allow this to input, and there's the heavy oil, and then that will get burned off, and I believe the heavy oil is also going to make tar, correct? In a fractionating still, yes, that's going to make tar and refined fuel. So we're going to actually get tar 2 ways. Now, it's not always going to do it. It is a chance, I believe. Yeah, a 10% chance for it to create tar. But it's going to create the refined fuel, so we're going to use that in the future. But look at that. We got tar going and extra coal coke, which is nice. So this bitumen, can we use this for anything else? Bitumen. I'll save a stack of it, but then I'm going to have... I think I'll process the rest. Let's grab a hopper. Or it doesn't even need to be a hopper. It can be a barrel. Thermal can auto-import, so we don't need to worry about having it be anything fancy. We can just put a barrel here. put the bitumen in there, and then tell it to, hey, you can go ahead and auto input from the top and pull the rest of that in and process it. And look at all this sulfur dust and coal that we have. That is great. And then if we need to, we can always process more of the sooty honeycombs when it's created. And again, eventually we're going to have that automated, centrifuged, so we don't have to worry about doing anything extra. So that's going to take care of the tar quest. For some reason, it wants me to gather some obsidian too, which we have. So let me just, there we go. Quest complete. Yay. And then all of that is going to lead to us being able to create superheated steel. Okay, and this is what's going to allow us to get into Pneumaticraft. So we need explosion crafting of tar, obsidian, and steel ingots, and that's going to get us the superheated steel that we need to get into Pneumaticraft. Because then we're going to take that and we're going to turn it into hot compressed iron, which is just compressing that over a packing. 4 of those goes to 2 of these, which is kind of junk recipe. Man, that's expensive. That's a lot of steel is what it is, but that's okay. We got coal coke processing, and now we don't need to really use our coke oven. We can use our pyrolyzer. It's creating coal coke as long as we can get the bitumen. But all of that led to us being able to get over here, right? This is what we were working on. We needed to get dielectric paste, which is what I needed the tar for. So then we just need sand, silicon, and tar to make dielectric paste. However, we need to make a blaze cake, which isn't too terribly difficult to do. We just need an egg, sugar, and cinder flour. And then we need this. And then we can superheat this to make dielectric paste. We need tar, silicon, and sand. Silicon is made from quartz. So if we go over here, not that, if we look at quartz, we can smelt a stack of it, because since we have so much, we can just smelt this up, get it going, producing into silicon, and then we just need to get eggs, which we have, and make this cake base, which is you. So we just need an egg, sugar, and cinder flour. All of which we have. Do the thing. It should drop down. How much water? No water. How do I get the water out of this? Probably the easiest way is just to do that. And then place it back down and put all this stuff back in there. Yes? Hey, oh, I'm sorry. It's a compactor, not... It's this guy. Nope. And you? Excuse me? Oh, it has to be compacted in a basin. So let's just swap these two around real quick. I see what I'm doing wrong. I need to do this. We need to get a basin. We need to do cinder flour, chicken, egg, sugar. Do the thing, compact up into the cake. You're going to go back over here. And then our depot can go here. So then we need to use this, and we need to inject lava into this to make a blaze cake. So we need to get the spout. Should be doable, though I know might need... Okay, no, I have everything there. So we have a spout. Now, does a spout need power? It doesn't seem to. So if I were to set this up here, like, this doesn't look like it takes rotational power at all. So if I were to do this, and not that, and not use my pickaxe to break that either, and I get a lava bucket. Now we're to put... Oh, okay. How do we get a fluid into this thing? Let's ponder. Spout can be filled holding items beneath it. Cannot be accessed manually. Pipes can be used to supply it with fluids. Input items can be placed on a depot under the spout. Okay, so if that's the case, can we cheese this and not use create for it? Can we use like a mechanical pipe? What if I get a tank? Do I need to use create for this? If I were to do this and I were to put this into there and then I were to do mechanical pipe, will this connect? That's my question. Yes, it does. Haha, cheating. Not cheating, just mod interactions. So it's going to fill that up. We got a blaze cake. Bam. There we go. And if we need more blaze cakes, we have that set up. Let's swap over to this. And then all we need to do is get the actual blaze cake portion done, which is going to be, or not the blaze cake. We need to get the, what are we making here? We did the pyrolyzer. We're making the centrifuge. We're making this thing, which is dielectric paste. So we need sand, silicon, and tar. Sand, silicon, and tar. And it is how much to the recipe? 2 sand to 3 silicon to 2. And then it would be 4 sand. Right? 2, 3, 2. So 4, 6, 4. Can we do a little more? How much tar do we have here? Oh, we have quite a bit of tar. So let's see. Can we do, because this is going to be superheated for a little bit. So if I can make a stack of this, so that'd be 3 of these. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If I can make this work, that'd be great. So I need to feed the blaze cake this, and then hopper back up this, this, and this. And it was no fluid in here, right? Correct. Hurry up. Now we can put our depot back too over here, because we're going to use it over here more often. And I could make another depot. It's not expensive or anything, but yeah. Okay, so that gets our tar, silicon, sand. We got this going. We have dielectric paste, which means we can go ahead and make this thing in our sequence assembly. So we just need some insulating glass. We're going to need to get some aluminum dust. It is 2 for 2. Go ahead and pulverize that, and you're going to auto input off. Okay, so that's aluminum dust. And then we should be able to make insulating glass. Okay, and then that is going to be used with a copper plate and dielectric paste. So we'll do 2 of these. 2 of these and dielectric. So then if we pop out here, again, I can't use my wall. I really need to set up those travel anchors. What is the cost of these, though? It's an ender pearl each. We need to get Enderman automated. Or go to the end and then get an end B and then use an end B. So we're going to do these 2, and then we'll put this in here. And then it should be able to do the thing. Bam. Bam. And it's only a 1 time? Nice. And they're going to get stuck here because they're expecting to be able to do more. Okay, cool. So we take these, put them in our system. We should now be able to make a centrifuge fairly easily. Do I have everything I need for this? I do. And there we go. Centrifuge automated. Well, not automated. Centrifuge gained, gathered, collected, expanded tank. Create. We did a blaze cake. It's going to get us some legendary create loot. Maybe something good. Dielectric paste gets us the wrench here. We don't need that. What was the legendary loot, by the way, from create? It was just the... yeah, that was kind of a disappointing legendary loot. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it wasn't anything fancy. It was the... these things. Electron tubes. It gave me 4 electron tubes out of that. Thanks. And then, let's see, resourceful bees. We got our centrifuge. And then our next thing is the multi-block centrifuge. Oh, look, hellish zombies. I needed those. Nice. That was a fantastic quest. I actually did need those for a mutation that we wanted to do. So, yeah. So what we can do with this centrifuge, I don't know why I left a gap here. I should have just set these 2 up here, but whatever. Centrifuge, I guess, can sit here. So what we want to do is put our honeycombs in here, and I believe we can pipe honeycombs into this. And if we put bottles here, we'll be able to get honey. And yeah, basically that's what we need to do. Let's go ahead and we'll temporary tunnel this way or not. Let's go home real quick before I die. I don't know what that tunnel underneath there was. So if I were to come over here and grab one of our chests that has honeycombs in it, you're still processing, but you're pretty full. Let's go ahead and grab the cardboard box so we can bring this whole chest with us. We're going to take this chest. Now, can we pipe into this? I don't see why we couldn't, but we don't have logistical transporters. We just have the pipes mod pipes. So what if we were to set this up here and hopper into it? Yes, okay, so it's going to start filling up. We need to get power. Yeah, I don't know where that hole came from. Bam. Okay. So now it's going to start doing the centrifuge thing. Bada bing, bada boom. And it's going to start producing honey. So all we have to do is then grab... Oh, I can't cover you up, can I? Man, it's okay. I just need to grab some bottles. Just regular glass bottles should be fine. Of course, because that's what... Oh, we don't have any glass. I think I have bottles out in my manual centrifuge there, which we're not going to need anymore, so I can just take all the bottles out of that. We can actually just bring this with us. And put the bottles in here, and there we go. This is processing, and then we could set up a pipe into a chest. The chest would have to go like here, though, because the way that the pipes mod works means I can't just auto extract, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. But anyway, there we go. Honeycombs being processed. It's going to take a while. We can tick accelerate this to get this back stuff going. It's going to take more power, of course, but there we go. Processing. This also does have a buffer for its honey too, so any extra honey that it creates, it can go into there. So yeah, there we go. Centrifuge taken care of. Automated resources being produced. Awesome, fantastic, bada bing, bada boom. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.